As round 24 continues on Fox League. The start of Super Saturday, no better day. And the Dolphins with first use, and Jesse Bromwich on the carry. If you've joined us late, Tavita Pengai Jr. coming off the bench. And Ray Stone into the starting side. There's Lemuelu on play number 2 over the 20-metre line. Dolphins, of course, went to Golden Point last week. Bit of overtime against the Warriors. Kenny Bromwich taken down. Hughes and Marnie there. Now Stone gets his run. And again, some very aggressive Bulldogs defence, not content with just stopping them. Kafusi represents a local. Junior footy here in Bundaberg, takes a run there. And first kick of the day from Katoa. So a good defensive set from the Bulldogs. And Karaz to bring it back for Canterbury. The Bulldogs who last week scored a runaway first try. Matt Burton intercept against the Dragons, got them off and running. That car just up over the 40-metre line. Sexton on for Sherry. He did play in Bundaberg last year. It was a field goal the difference. Jermaine Osako missed a shot at goal after full time. 23-22 it was to the Bulldogs. Now Kurt Mann, as good as anyone last Saturday night against the Dragons. Marty with it. Burton, here he goes. Burton's first bomb of the day. Right to the corner. And Osako a catch. And then hit by kick out.
Yeah, it was a nice start from the Bulldogs, particularly with the ball in hand. Defensively, we know what sort of team they are. They're the second best in the competition, but they're really starting to challenge the middle. As now the Dolphins look to go wide through Katoa.
Little shift, they were on to Farnworth. And then along, nice little offload. Hamaso Tabuai-Fino. That's a tackle from Preston. There was cover there, but you almost backed the hammer in that situation. Bromwich on the run. We'll go to Jake in a moment. Didn't the crowd liven up?
He's just grabbing at his left knee here, Kenny Bromwich. Just falls awkwardly in the tackle.
Adam G blows top off. Well, while Kenny's down, we will go down to the sideline. Jake, absolutely beautiful in Bundaberg for Fox to visit and the NRL to come to town.
A pleasure to be here. Good afternoon to everyone. It is a hot winter's day here in Bundaberg. Still about 27 degrees, so challenging conditions for these two sides. No drinks breaks, but there will be extra trainers allowed on the field to keep the players hydrated. There is a bit of a strong breeze around as well. That'll favour the Dolphins here in the first half. It is a Dogs home game, but of course, plenty of hometown support for the Dolphins and hometown hero Felice Kafusi as we see Kenny Bromwich get back to his feet, and hopefully he's all right to continue in this one.
There was a little bit happening in the tackle, but it's no penalty or anything of that kind. Now Jesse Bromwich with the ball. Bottom line, Kenny's back on his feet and looks okay.
It's a great time to play football, isn't it? 27 degrees, winter's day. We're here from Jake on the sideline. Beautiful.
Car with it. I think the straw hat's a bit over the top though, and the Hawaiian shirt that Jake is wearing. I didn't know the Fox Wardrobe department had such apparel. As Karaz on the run, 15 short of halfway. Now Marnie for Curran. Interesting stat out of the Bulldogs front row. Not that Curran has played prop all year, but is there any other club that has all three men across the front have played every game? Curran, Hughes, Marnie, man off an offload there. Good tackle, Kafusi. Now Marnie to Burton to spread it out to Sherry, and in front of him was Amarillo. The offload, it goes astray, and Kafusi onto the ball for the Dolphins.
Yeah, nicely done from the Dolphins out on their right heads. There's an early shift from Burton, trying to find Sherry. He's been so good this year. Yeah, spot on, Vossi. I mean, since Curran's gone back into the front row, along with Hughes, I mean, the numbers have been big. Definitely give away a lot with size, but boy, they work hard.
On to Farnworth, where he highlighted his numbers last week. Back to his super coach, best form, Herbie Farnworth by the numbers. Stone, Katoa, Nikarima. Amarillo, flick on to Osako, who you would think will pass 200 points for the season today. He's 197 coming into the contest. Now Stone. Little chance here for the Dolphins on the last tackle. Plath, the toa, not a good ball on the bounce. Kafusi, and then Avarillo got a kick in. Tracy onto it. Not quite right there for the Dolphins between the two halves.
Didn't quite execute it the way they'd like, the Dolphins, but still not a bad result. They're able to hand the ball over down that right corner. Trying to isolate Jake Avarillo. He's been terrific. Outstanding last week from a standing start, so quick.
Right on this run. The two sides not giving much away early. And although having said that, Dolphins now concede the penalty.
He's not responding, slow.
There you go, gives Canterbury an advantage. They should be thereabouts halfway here. So happy with all of that, the Dolphins.
You see a first real opportunity in this contest as Matt Burton kicks it well and truly into the crowd.
Well, I know in Bundaberg, if the ball gets kicked into the crowd, you get to keep it.
It's not
today,
coming back. It's not coming back.
Hopefully we brought plenty of balls to Bundaberg. Now the ball with Hughes. Oh, kick out. I think Hughes might have fended him through the hole there. Marty with it. 30 away from the line. Kurtman, Sexton off to Preston. They have a real point of attack. Mann's in good form. Sexton and Burton know their roles. Here is Sexton. On to Burton.
Nicely done. Cody Nikarima.
Now Marty. Right side. Sexton. Kick. Sending Preston through. Ball bounced up from Bostock. Has to take his medicine there. Could have been worse for the Dolphins. They almost mucked that up, the defusal of that kick.
Yeah, once again, Toby Sexton just pulling the reins. We saw last week against the Dragons a couple of try assists, but it was his control in the areas like this, which just continually keeps the pressure on. He's been in terrific form since finding his way back into the starting lineup.
Yes, now 12th straight game for Toby Sexton as the Dolphins go long rather than short. Lands 50 metres on the fly. Gee, that's a bounce his head. Why is no one chasing that kick? And then Sam knew it was going to bounce to him. Well done, Sam. And now Marty Sexton Curran. This is the best chance of the match. 25 away from the line, Canterbury. Full set. Man, Sexton again, they rush up. Kafusi did the job. They put a bit of pressure on the Dolphins' defence. Marty to Man. He's causing troubles through the middle. That step's working for him. Marty then to Sexton. Nice jink. Preston a juggle. Dolphins' defence under pressure. Last tackle. Marty will go short side, and the Dolphins' defence read it like a, well, not a cheap book, like a little flyer. That was easy for them. And they have the ball, the Dolphins.
Yeah, back-to-back sets for the Dolphins. They were given a huge amount of confidence, particularly on their own line. There's been a directive from the Dolphins. They've done their homework with the shape out the back. Cody Nikarima cutting down Burton. This time it was Felice Kafusi cutting down Sexton, so really trying to limit the time and space that their ball players have.
Now across to Nikarima, kept alive. Asako with the ball, with a skip, and over the sideline. Great defence, Matt Burton. Not only made the tackle, had the force in it to drive Jermaine over the sideline and advantage Canterbury again.
Yeah, really good patience here from the Bulldogs, just allowing the Dolphins to get on the outside, understanding that they've got plenty of pace out on their flanks in both Addo Carr and Matt Burton. Just nice and patient, allows Jermaine Asako just to do what he has to do, and then they make the contact, put him into touch. Continue to mount the pressure here.
And this is where this has contributed to the game being so good. The product now, we don't have scrums, we don't waste time, straight to the middle, play the ball, Canterbury on the attack, 25 away from the line. Marty to Man, Sexton drifting across, kick out. Comes to centre ground. Stone, Kenny Bromwich, the defenders. Marnie a little slow to his feet. Burton on the right edge. And a Bulldogs chant goes up in Bundaberg. Marnie with it. They're 10 away from the Dolphins line. Stone a classic. That tackle there. Marnie to Burton. Thought about a kick. Set restart. Now there's another full set to go for Canterbury. Sexton, Hughes will take one run at them. Curran drifting around to the open side. There he is. No, it goes to man first up. Right in front of the sticks. Marnie drifting out to the left. Caught there by Jesse Bromwich. The hammer involved as well. Now Tracy, man, Sexton, long ball, Crichton, Carraz for the corner. Canterbury over. Played it around the middle. A plan to bring them in and then we'll go wide. And the man on the right wing scores the first try.
Well, they were very patient out on the left-hand side defensively. This time they're patient with ball in hand. Carraz just sucking in the big ones. Looked like he winded himself as he dived into the right corner. Not much doing in the set. Open the field up. Man out the back. Sexton across the face of Burton. Finds the inspirational skipper in Crichton and delivers it on a plate to Carraz, who's just landed ball straight in the stomach. And they open the scoring here, as we see on the Harvey Norman replay.
There's obviously no give in the in goals. It's not quite as soft as Belmore. Must have been like diving into the driveway at home in the backyard footy. And his teammates just left him there, poor old Jacob. He's still there. He's not well.
Well, he's just coughing up a bit of Gatorade. And well and truly got him in the stomach and winded him.
Yeah, it might
it's
be
an unpleasant feeling.
It might be a little lower than that, Corey. If I can add any...
Tell.
Wow.
That's in the stomach.
Okay. Well, I don't think I want to be diving in that corner anytime soon now.
It was nicely done. Kurtman out the back to Sexton, who then went across the face of Burton. So often we see Sexton and Burton combine. Such variation in their attack. And you've got somebody like Stephen Crichton out in the centres that can ball play also. Very dangerous.
So over to Burton for the first kick of the day. Landed a couple from the left touchline last week and kicking 6 from 6 against the Dragons. So much going right for Canterbury. And this for a 6-0 lead. Carraz scoring his 9th try of the year. Good mix of Dolphins and Bulldogs fans in at Bundaberg. And Burton's first kick with a little bit of fade, not enough. 4-0 scoreline, 12 minutes into the contest. Jake, the Bulldogs in front.
The Bulldogs capitalise on 70% of the territory to take an early lead here through that man, Jacob Carraz. He and Reid Marnie are the only 2 Bulldogs players to start all 20 games for the Dogs this year, and he's having a terrific season. Jacob Carraz leads all players with runs and run meters in the competition so far this year. He's also the top offloader in the competition, gets his finish a little wrong there and wins himself, but he's up on his feet and ready to go.
Real crowd favourite at Belmore. He can be a crowd favourite at Bundaberg. That's ended up in South Bundaberg to kick off.
It's been consistent with their season. Jermaine Asako's just got such a big boot, but they've just conceded points. Now they kick it dead. One of Wayne Bennett's pet hates. That's a long way dead also.
All right, well.
Just heard Jake Duke on the sideline just spoke about 70% possession. Now they're under the pump again. 21 tackles inside the opposition half, plays 3.
Here come the Bulldogs. Hughes with it. Marnie to man And Curran, it's a well-oiled machine. Canterbury in attack. Marnie, right side. Sexton kicks early. Chip over the top. Sits up on a point. Tabuai Fido. I hope he's okay. The left knee, the foot got stuck in the in goal. He's taken a massive divot. That could have really wrenched the knee.
It was a heads-up play from Sexton. Play too, as you mentioned. Just sort of catch out the hammer, who's well and truly on the way back. And boy, yeah, didn't it give it weight? You think, well, they went long only moments ago. They'll have to go short here, you would like to think.
He's made a mess of the goal there, the hammer.
It's gone long again.
Yeah. Oh, Sexton. Out near the sideline. That's interesting. Long dropouts.
I don't mind it. I don't mind it, Foster.
Mix it up, sure. Right on to Hughes. This time with Marty. Man, Curran. Burton. Oh, Curran was hit after passing. There's a problem here. Any more than that, the bunker review. What's going to happen here? Curran down. Bunker will determine whether anything more than penalty is required.
Well, absolutely creased him. Yep. That was the play earlier from Felice Kafusi.
He got on report for that. He was on report the previous set. Then we had the dropout.
There's not much happening there.
Well,
two front rollers going out at Bossy, but it's the next
on
play.
report.
Curran goes deep into the line. So many ball players have done. We've seen Kafusi. If you're going to come deep into the line, very difficult.
And then to the back. Well, you know, just because the attacker turns that way doesn't mean Kafusi has to change his target.
Correct.
It's not a late tackle.
No. Well, why are we stopping the game then?
Well, I think the bunk only has to have one look at it and say, no, it's all sweet. Although, mind you, the Penrith game the other night, James Fisher-Harris, of course, found himself penalised in front of the posts. We ended up with a pretty important shot at goal in the top of the table clash. But on first look, I have no problem
on the replay that we see, that's on slow-mo.
Oh, gee, well, this is a front rower running the ball up, and he will turn to pass. No, that's not late. It's not late. It doesn't.
What we're
can't
seeing,
be a penalty.
What we are seeing, it's on slow-mo.
It can't be a penalty.
He's committed to the tackle in that instance. It's the fact that you're spot on, that he creased him and he made him stay down based on where he hit him and how hard he hit him.
Of course it's going to hurt you. Of course it's going to hurt. But Felice, we're with you, man. You haven't done anything wrong there in terms of the game. Okay, I'll just throw it at you because Canterbury will go for the shot. Let's go the way we've ruled here. How does he pull out of that? What is he meant to do there? Curran, a front rower running the ball up, has elected to pass. Yeah. What does the game expect Kafusi to do? What does he do? How does he get out of that?
Well, the game's expecting you to pull out, meaning you can't go through with that sort of collision, which is ridiculous in context of what we are. We've got two front rowers going at it. Curran does a great job, goes deep into the line. But when you do that, you wear the risk, or you run the risk of copping one in the ribs. Exactly what we just saw.
And now it costs 2 points. 6-0 to Canterbury. Burton capitalising on that. But don't get the two confused. So Felice Kafusi's on report for the one previous to the dropout. But that was no penalty.
No.
And then the second one is a penalty and has cost his team 2 points. Maybe it's the haircut.
Report for the
That's right. That's got the
for which player?
Well, that's good too. If only Josh could rent out a bit of his hair to Felice. Hughes tackled just outside the 10. Canterbury playing from in front. They've done a lot of that lately. And now Carraz. Marnie up the Curran. Ooh, tipped up there, but all fine. Ray Stone had him. Marnie on to Kurtman. Then working with Tracy. Preston! One-legged tackle there. Just grabbing the leg was Katoa. Now Burton, nice and high, holding up in the breeze. Tabuai-Fidow did well. He fooled Kikau.
Hasn't he got such great awareness? Tabuai-Fidow can hear the footsteps of Kikau. Just pounding down the field.
Did he take a back step to put off Kikau here?
This, the replay.
Watch the deception. Catch, backstop. Oh, which way did he go, says Villiamy. Very clever. The hammer, offload, that was clever. Tabuai-Fidow.
It's a great ploy from the Dolphins. Beautiful offload there from Farnworth. When you've got such a good defensive outfit, if you can dislodge them
Nicarima, Avarillo.
with an offloader too, just creates a little bit of instability in the defensive line.
So no drop in confidence from the Dolphins with ball in hand. Tracy underneath it. I must say, Canterbury, from what we saw 3 weeks ago against the Broncos, that worked so well for them that day, but there's been no sign of going that way. They were already, in that game, they were already shifting the ball left and right.
Yeah, correct. They'd done their homework on the Broncos, particularly coming out of their own end. We're a team that love to condense their defensive outfit. The Dolphins a little bit different.
Now Marty with it. To Man, Burton, and Tracy. And behind the Bulldogs attack is Jason Taylor. I'm told sometimes 24 hours in a day is not enough time for Jason to do the analysis that he does. He leaves no stone unturned. Marty away for Burton. Kicks from his side of halfway. Wobbling its way down to, Osako. There's a long, lovely flight on the ball.
Put it out in front for the hammer.
Yeah, that's right, put it right out in front. Now for Bostock, first game of Super Saturday. Next up, Cowboys and Raiders. And we'll brush over the Tigers and the Rabbitohs tonight from Campbelltown. Penalty the way of the Dolphins. Little sidelight to that game tonight, Tigers and Rabbitohs. The Tigers with the news around Jareen Buller having shoulder surgery, so young Heath Mason will come into the side, in the starting side for the first time. He wears the white headgear at fullback against Jai Gray, who wears the white headgear. They're not tall, either of them, but they will pop up everywhere.
Okay, keep an eye out for that one.
Tigers and Rabbitohs tonight. So here's the Dolphins with Lemuelu. A set restart, the try there from referee G, Jesse Bromwich. Plath, Katoa, there's Kenny Bromwich to play it just outside the 20. Plath, this time Jesse, the Bromwich boys well and truly involved here. Fourth run for Jesse. He's made 18 tackles too. No wonder he's a little weary. Katoa and Nicarima. Ball bounced up to Avarillo. Set restart again to the Dolphins. No, it didn't require the ping. It was a set restart for touched in flight, but anyway, we'll just go with it. So, stone red at Marty. Flat. Left side, Bromwich, Katoa. Farnworth is looming. Farnworth caught by Sexton down low. Tracy Crichton there. Kenny Bromwich, Raystow. Bulldogs defence on show. Plath, back to Katoa. This is play number 4. Nicarima, triple pump, now step. A little bit of touch football about that. Just caught by Marty. Quick play the ball for Plath. And Plath comes down a few centimetres short. Last tackle, Nicarima, Katoa, the low kick, Sexton. No, that is a snaffle because he was at full stretch. Any failure there, any mistake, Tabuai-Fidow scores.
Yeah, great football from both sides. First the defence from the Canterbury Bulldogs on their own line, and then the tempo and poise from the young kid in Katoa just to sum things up beautifully. Thread the needle with the great little kick. Sexton,
Oh, that's good work.
anticipation, yeah, terrific work.
Swearing a big baseball mitt on his left hand, the way he kept that in his grasp. The short dropout is out of the full.
Play the ball, turn in.
So again, play gets going again. The Dolphins on the attack. Whether you support the introduction of that rule change, that tweak, pretty sure you'd have to admit, boy, oh boy, the play keeps going. Pengai Jr. Oh, he went the offload. He sensed Plath was there. Canterbury up with the ball. Hello, the Fox. Josh Adokar. Boy, oh boy, defend. Chased by the hammer. Oh. One for the ages. Oh, that is sensational. They talk about a match race on grand final day. Well, you've just watched the preview. The hammer chases down Adokar.
Absolutely brilliant. The Fox to get on the outside of Asako, one of the quickest men in the competition.
Got his hand to it.
Set sail for the corner. The crowd are up and about and over the right-hand side. The hammer changes gears, comes across, grabs him by the top and throws him in what is an absolute crazy tackle.
Oh, Bundaberg, you have a moment.
We've had Tommy Dearden at Suncorp. Now we've got the hammer in Bundaberg.
But I'm saying there will be people in Bundaberg that will be able to say, I was here the day the hammer ran down the Fox. That is a great rugby league moment.
There's always been a lot of talk as Pengai grabs a penalty on who is the quickest in the man in rugby league. I love the hammer.
Oh,
Speaking with Christian Wolf a couple of weeks ago, he mentioned that he's never seen hammer at his full tilt. He only runs as fast as he has to. Have a look at this. He looked like he was gone for all money, the hammer. He looks gone at this point. 20 to go. Changes gears. Comes across.
Oh, so good. And the speed, how quickly Adokar found top speed. Incredible. What a moment. Pengai Jr. with the ball.
It's been a fair introduction for Pengai Jr.
22 metres away from the line. And back in for Plath. And I don't disagree with going for the offload where he did. It was so close to Plath scoring. Switch of play. Sean O'Sullivan in the dummy half roll. The hero from last week with a field goal. Now Katoa. Pengai Jr. Good tackle, kick out. Quick play the ball. O'Sullivan, Katoa, Nikarima, Amarillo, Asako in the corner. Well, there's some signs this is going to be an absolute blockbuster.
Well, what a passage of play we've seen in the last 5 minutes. End-to-end football. The chase from Hamaso on Adokar, the Fox. And then the play out on the right-hand side. Beautiful hands from Nikarima and also Avarillo. Nicely done. Katoa into the line. Nikarima just gives the ball when he needs to. Avarillo beautiful. And then Asako in the corner.
And with that try, that brings up 200 points for the season. Now I'm worried about the kicking foot. He scores in the corner, so 201 points now for the season for Jermaine Asako.
He's a highly skillful player, Jake Avarillo. Last week with ball in hand, he was terrific. This week he's got some beautiful touches early.
It's very hard to move on quickly from a moment of that magnitude. Adokar hammer. If you take the ball off Adokar, and I'm asking you for it, who is the quicker, the hammer or Addo Fox?
We had this conversation yesterday with Cameron Munson and myself, and I think Adokar is the quickest in the competition.
Okay.
And given the fact that you only see Hammer run as fast as he has to, but that has to is always in front of somebody else.
All right, okay.
There's some speedsters out there.
Let the chat begin, and Asako's first kick of the day just sails across in front of the upright. 6 points to 4. Jake, they flashed past you. What a moment.
You'd barely catch them, blink and you'll miss it. This is a moment that if the Dolphins go on to win this game, will be talked about because of this effort by Hamiso Tabuai-Fidow. You mentioned the potential grand final sprint, Vossi, that seems to be gathering momentum, an Olympic-style bunch of events on grand final day, culminating in the 100-metre sprint. Wouldn't it be good to crown the fastest man in rugby league? We just got a little bit of a preview there. Finished off by Jermaine Osaka, and the Dolphins hit back.
Okay, so Lofi Khan Pereira.
Oh, yes.
We throw him into the mix. We'll watch him again on Fox League tomorrow. 2 o'clock, Dragons and Titans.
Jason Saab.
Jason Saab, who we saw
Polu
last
Kola.
night. Okay.
Hamiso Tabuai-Fidow. Dean Mariner.
Yeah. All right. And then, of course, there's the Masters events where former back rowers will run. Corey Parker up against Hindy will be one of the feature events. Redcliffe will be buzzing right now on the back of the try they scored, the tackle that's made. Hello to everyone at the Leagues Club there watching from afar this afternoon. The Dolphins with Kafusi now. Have a schnitzel for us. Ball with O'Sullivan. On to Avarillo.
They've done a terrific job, the Dolphins, to get themselves back in the game. They were well behind on possession early in this contest. End territory. It's a nice kick from Katoa.
I like what I'm seeing from both teams here today. This is going to be a hard-fought contest. Crichton with it. Conditions lend itself to exciting rugby league. Offloading. Tracy now with the ball. Sexton on to Hayes. Ooh, boy. Hayes is shortened up. Kafusi has earned the ire of the referee again.
He might have cut him off in the lunch line, Kafusi.
So here's Harry Hayes. Have a run, mate. Ooh. Gets the left shoulder up under the chin. There are mitigating circumstances to that.
Yeah.
He bends, sort of drops and bends right. Anyway, welcome to the game, Harry Hayes. How's Bundaberg going? Here's your souvenir. Different to getting a spoon. Canterbury 33 away from the line. Hayward on to Curran. There's been some serious bite to some of the Dolphins' defence today. Kick out. Caught by Plath. Now Marnie, right side. Sexton. Burton. Here we go. Tracy, cut that ball. Carraz, he's over again. Crack open the Shiraz. Carraz has got a double. The Wingers are having a good day. And 10-4 to the Bulldogs.
Yeah, the Bulldogs finding a little bit of joy out on the right-hand side. You can see Crichton up and about. Have a look at the movements here from Burton. Just swings around late, adds the extra man out the back to Connor Tracy across the face of Stephen Crichton, who last time in that position was the one to deliver the pass. This time he's the decoy. Great variation. And Carraz finishes it off. A little different than we saw his last try, but really good variation there. Late swing from Burton across the face of Crichton this time into Jacob Carraz.
Execution, beautiful. And I mentioned Jason Taylor earlier, and he's in charge of the attack. Obviously, instruction, what Burton did, like that was Lockyer-like.
Yeah.
You play with Darren Lockyer, that's what he would do a lot of. Late moves, sweep around from left to right.
Well, so often, Andrew, that we see real predictable attack. And that attack right there, you see Burton come around late, he's got a role to play, they've got a set play happening. Last time in that situation, they went across the face of Burton to Crichton. This time, it goes across the face from Burton to Carraz. Really nicely done from the Bulldogs.
So Burton again, and close enough to the touchline on the right-hand side. Be handy to get this one and skip 8 in front. Eddie Burton played his hand on the try. This time he needs a bit of hook. He needed fade on the first one and hook on the second, and neither has come off. A 10-4 scoreline. Again, watch the number 6. It's always good when the halves combine, when you see the 7 and the 6 pass to each other. actually play UFC tomorrow. Corey, the UFC returning to Australia. With Adesanya fighting to become a 3-time world champion. It's a legacy-defining bout against bitter rival Duplessis. It's live and exclusive from Perth on Main Event. Plenty happening on Fox Sports and Main Event. Oh, Curtis Moran. And there's a call out there. Tavita Pengai.
No, Reid.
He went looking, Reid Marty says, I want a piece of it. And Pengai said, I'll have all I can eat. And just swallowed it.
Time off.
Reid, you got to pick your fights. I don't think it warrants a whole lot here.
No.
And the referee was on to whatever happened on Moran.
While I'm listening, go and get Reid and talk to him.
There it is there. It's
So,
a little awkward,
I
perhaps.
can't hear Ash. Ash, start again. Yep.
Moran barely flinches.
Yep. 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 It's a penalty for eye contact, all right?
And that's all. Please.
Have a word to Tavita. Cool head, yeah? Reid.
Anything that looks too aggressive these days, Andrew, is a penalty.
Reid.
Before we even look at it, it's just given a penalty. Tavita, Reid's come into the
It'll be
grill.
the one
Tavita,
and only time I talk to you this game. If you flare anything up, you go in the bin. Got it? The only reason you get pushed is because you walk towards him. Got it?
I'm not going to let my player
Reid says, I just come in asking questions. Well,
That's
Tavita
right.
just answered his question for him. Come too close to me, sir, and you'll be gone.
Well, that's okay. So referee G has put a line in the sand here for Reid. I think Cameron Serrato's reaction has to be a big piece of black gaffer tape, because how's he going to stop him from having a yapping battle in the afternoon? How's Reid Marty going to go quiet for the next 70 minutes? Or 50 minutes at least. And now for Hayward. Back in for Harry Hayes. 10 points to 4, halftime show not too far away. We'll replay the tackle. The tackle of the century. I don't know where you want to put it. Tommy did, and apologies to you, but it's the two combatants that make it so special.
Yes.
Absolute speedsters.
Two Group 1 Ferraris.
Sexton, Tracy, Preston. Oh, little knock off.
Yeah.
They're onto it. And a win to the Dolphins there.
Yeah, look forward pass out of the hands. Nevertheless, they've got a knock on from Preston. And the Dolphins hang on.
Okay, Ash.
Looks like we're going to have
Coming into tackle 5,
Captain's
mate.
challenge.
Bulldogs challenging, on-field decision, knock on.
So as we watch this challenge unfold, just back on Reid Marty, I'm hopping on his side of this one.
Okay.
He's allowed to go up and put a bit of, like, are you saying he can't verbal any other player from this
Just taking a
point
look
on?
to see whether the Dolphins have 1 or 2 players in the tackle.
I don't disagree with you.
That doesn't make any sense.
Heavy
Tavita not allowed
Farnsworth
to do what he did,
goes
move him
towards
on
the
quickly.
ball
that's
and strips it out. At the point the ball is stripped, there's only 1 player in the tackle. It's permissible. He, however, strips the ball towards the opponent's dead ball line, which then makes contact again with Jacob Preston, constituting a knock-on.
Yeah, well, was
The
that
challenge
what they were
is
challenging
successful.
For? Ash Klein's the bunker referee. He's found something that goes the Bulldogs' way
Bulldogs
that
way.
I don't know whether the
Okay,
Bulldogs
keep their
were
challenge.
going for.
It's their ball because it's a one-on-one, but it's a knock-on Dolphins, okay? They'll keep their challenge.
We've seen a couple of challenges go in the way of the attacking team of late. Go back to that game, Melbourne and
Everyone's
Penrith.
got challenges,
The
guys.
20-metre challenge. The kick. It was a 2-part
I'm
challenge.
just trying to work that out. So they keep their challenge, which was wrong,
Guys, let's make sure seconds
but they found something else, and then it's a Canterbury get win-win there.
That's right.
Because they challenged for a 2-on-1 strip.
It's like Melbourne on Thursday.
Yeah, okay.
Fleece.
It's hard when you get down, you know, it's been a long season already. We started in Vegas to try to work these things out.
Reid in. Feed.
Play along at home, folks. Canterbury with the ball, 9 to go, first half, and Canterbury got it
boy.
wrong. Oh dear.
Shot clock on. Middle.
Now you're not
Much-
telling me the Dolphins are verbally.
Well,
Reid Marty.
yes, that's right. You can see Tavita. He's let loose Tavita, just giving Reid Marty a gobful. It was slow coming out of the back of the scrum.
Okay,
It was a
guys,
set
let's go.
move.
Guys, just pull each other in.
They get around their little man in the head here, but he got that all wrong.
Jacob, Viliami.
Dolphins from this scrum, 30 metres out from their own line. That's a real missed chance though, Canterbury. At 10 points to 4. He's playing in the warm conditions today, and there's a little bit of interference at the ruck.
Yeah, a little bit scrappy here. Yeah, a little scrappy here from the Bulldogs. First, the error coming out of the back of the scrum, forward pass, and then give it away with a penalty. Invite the Dolphins back up into their own territory. 10 points to 4 on the scoreboard. 8 minutes remaining.
Salter Oval in Bundaberg being treated to an excellent contest here on a Saturday afternoon. First of our 3 matches on Fox League Super Saturday. Sullivan for Katoa. And Lemuelu putting a little spurt there. Sullivan, Plath, Nikarima.
Oh, beautiful.
What a ball, Nikarima. Kafusi, I thought it was okay. Hold it back. And then referee Adam G. Offside, no advantage.
Well, you can't rule on forward pass, but this looked very, very line ball, if not good, out of the hand from Nikarima to Felice Kafusi.
Dolphins will keep the pressure on. This is their opportunity now. Hubner to play it. 3rd NRL game today. O'Sullivan, Katoa the short one. Pegno Jr. the offload. There was risk involved in that one. Lemuelu was always going to be scrambling to get to it. O'Sullivan dummy. Dummy again. The double dummy from O'Sullivan. Hubner there. Plath. Kafusi, 5 minutes out from the Canterbury line. And they got what it takes to unlock them here. Plath, left side, Katoa. Lemuelu's a bit of a go-to this afternoon. Preston Sexton, the defenders there. Back to Katoa. Kick through, a lot of chases. Kick out.
Brilliant.
Big legs, feet and arms and hands.
That's great skill from Big Viliami. Kick out. Ball kicked quite hard off the boot from Katoa. There's strong contact now. Have a look at this. Kafusi and Plath, but the big man kick out on screen. That was brilliant.
Good poise then to regather. So Canterbury back with the ball, coming out of trouble. And doing a good job of it with Tracy back to the 30. But a good battle continues, 10-4. Just under 6 to go. Marley away for Sexton. Will kick from inside the 40. Sailing down to Bostock. He's with it. Two today with 14 tries. Wingers have scored 3 so far, but not the left wingers.
Oh, nice.
Late offload. Tabuai Fido with the ball. That was from Farnworth. Hammer up to the 40.
That's a 6 offload for the half for the Dolphins. And again,
Nice step, dummy and step.
just doesn't allow the Bulldogs to set their defensive line.
Don't mind that. Asako popping up in the middle of the ground there. Katoa out. Inside the Bulldogs half. 2 tackles left. Sullivan, Plath, Nikarima, out the back. Oh, look out! Adokar is onto it. Where's the hammer? No hammer in sight. It may be called back. We will have to check it. Adokar able to shut it down a long way from home. It could be Canterbury's 3rd try. G sends it up as a 4-pointer. That was a lot easier for Adokar than the previous sprint downfield.
Oh, we all jumped up out of the chair thinking we'd get a rematch. But the hammer too far infield. This time Plath goes to line. It was a poor pass out the back from Nikarima. That'll be a try for Josh Adokar. Try confirmed, but the hammer just a little far infield. Poor execution from the Dolphins. And a real critical try with minutes to go before the first half.
He's actually in a little milestone game today. This is his 50th game for the Bulldogs for Josh Adokar, and in game number 50, he scores what is his 36th try for the club. And now 138 for career, Josh Adokar. It would have been asking for too much to get a second one, wouldn't it?
Well,
or if they could go to 1-1, Adokar outsprints and then we have a decider in the second half. That could be something. I think Josh will have to shave down for the match race. I think he can't have that drag. He'll have to get rid of that.
Put the hair in a net.
Something like that.
Come out in a full onesie, Kathy Freeman style.
I'd hope they wear male outfits, probably. Glory, I don't know what the idea is there. Burton with the kick now. And on the back of a Dolphins mistake, suddenly the margin is 12, and the 16 points is worth considering because the Bulldogs' defence this year that has become so consistent, their defensive average per game is 16 points. So Dolphins have to get more than that right now to challenge. Popular wherever he goes, Josh Adokar. I witnessed it over in England at the last World Cup. He was rock star class, Josh Adokar, the Fox.
So no run.
16 points to 4. Canterbury looking to challenge for that top 4. And those teams below the Dolphins pretty happy with the run of play so far. Perez now. So again, if the Dolphins were to lose here and the Titans beat the Dragons tomorrow, 2 points will separate 6 teams for a place in the 8s.
Great tackle, Felice Kafusi up under the ball there at Preston.
Hayward to Burton. Dangerous minutes here. Oh, hello. Oh, hang on. Burton, he got stretched and now knocked back to his feet. Hubner saying the tackle was legitimate. He's got him there.
His bum hits the ground before he goes on contact with the leg. Players understand well and truly what it's like now. It's just a classic tackle that we see there.
Well, I don't know. You're no dummy, Corey. You've played the game. You've seen the NRL explainer, but
I understand.
now you're not wondering what you're meant to say.
See, this is where the game's got to. Matt Burton understands the rules. Talking with Cameron Munster last night when on the show, Matt Burton understands the rules 100%. He felt a little bit of force come round. If you stay down, you get a penalty. This is where the game's at the moment. There's nothing wrong with Burton, but he does what he's allowed to do.
Canterbury with it. Tracy, Dolphins, they have to find a way here. Brighton just held up by Bostock. 4 tackles left inside the final 2 of the half. Marnie to Hayward. Crisp work again. Sexton intercept. Oh, they're away. It's Avarillo. Another match race. Jake said, I can run as well. Well, what a first half. What a crazy game. It'll be 16-10.
Well, didn't they need that, the Dolphins? Have a listen to the crowd here in Bundaberg. Against the run of play, they had them stripped for numbers, but it was the up and in defence. Everyone committed, everyone flew out of the line, as too did Avarillo. Kafusi jams in off the back of that, Nicarima does, and Avarillo gets between 2 players. That's beautiful.
Well, they go try for try in the mistake stakes. And Avarillo, who can move, Canterbury fans know that only too well. All his first grade up until this year with the Doggies. And to be honest, and I know it doesn't always work out that way, but I think 6 points the difference at half-time is a fair reflection of the first half. And how we got there probably doesn't matter.
Yeah, it was a hot start, wasn't it, from the Bulldogs? The Dolphins did a great job to hang tough and find a bit of equal share of possession before finding their own points over the right corner through Asako. And then it turned a little in the way of the Dogs, and against the run of plays, Asako adds the extra, 16 points to 10.
2 runaway tries. One a clean intercept, one off a drop ball. On the back of 3 other tries scored in the first half. So 16-10 scoreline. Nice feeling for Avarillo against his former club. 70-metre runaway. Sees he flashes past the good share of Dolphins fans and Bulldogs fans here today. Enjoying the NRL coming to town. Clock stopped with 7 seconds remaining. So one last play for the half. You know, long kick here from Burton. Oh boy! Wow! It goes short and high, which staggers me. And Dolphins come up with the ball, and that will do for the first half. Highly entertaining. With one absolute headline moment, the Hammer chasing down the Fox. It's not a kid's story, it's the NRL. Half time, Canterbury 16, the Dolphins 10.
100-metre race at the end of the season, grand final day.
What about the
Yet
Fox?
to be seen.
What about the Fox with Jake Duke? Yeah, he's fast, brah. That's pretty much what he said a couple of times, brah. Okay, second half underway, 16 points to 10. I'm here to tell you anything could happen from here. Here we go. Takes the first run of the second half. Still yet to see Jamin Salmon for the Bulldogs on return from injury. Oren Keeley didn't see any game time in the first half for the Dolphins. Let us know if there's any injuries to report. Hayes tackled there by Felice Kafusi. Now for kick out. Marty with it. Tracy and Sexton. Just looks so confident these days, Toby Sexton, and everything he's doing. Back for Burton to kick. The set of the second half. Tabuai Fido with the ball. 16 points to 10. I just wonder if Canterbury got it together, what would be too far for the Dolphins to chase?
Well, the Dolphins can score points. We've seen that all season, but the defensive display that we continually have seen from the Bulldogs has been very good. They've done a great job. Whilst Hammer was the star of the show in the first half of the chase, and Addo-Carr kept him relatively quite quiet. Only the 6 runs in the first half. You'd like to think if they are to go on and grab victory, he'll be at the forefront of their attacking display.
Worth noting the Dolphins have conceded over 20 points in each of their past 10 games. Goes down for Tracy to bring it back for Canterbury. Tracy, his 8th run of the day. Away now for Carraz. Try double in the first half, offload. Sexton now for Crichton. Some suggestion of a high tackle, no dramas. Follow that by Carraz, who's up over the 100-metre running metres this afternoon. Hayes now. This is Marty. Moran. Hasn't he made an impact off the pitch today? Curtis Moran, every run. Like his absolute life depends on it. Crichton away to Carraz. Kick and chase. It's close to the sideline. Tabuai Fido with the ball. And he goes to ground. And no options. They're hemmed in a corner at the moment, the Dolphins. Bostock was going nowhere there. Farnworth will take the 3rd one. Referees were spot on the catch. Now Sako with the ball.
That's play 4, only 18 metres off their own line at the moment.
So last tackle play needs a good kick. He is a sweet kicker though. Katoa got a bit of range on it, fielded by Karaz. And a lovely tackle on the chase by Lachlan Hubner. Cross with Adokar.
Very similar to what we saw in the first half. Just the Bulldogs starting to arrest the territory and up over halfway now through Sherry.
Oh, Hayward. Oh, Hayward then looked up. Beat one big tackle. 41 away. Marnie. And Burton decides to kick before the last. More work for Tabuai Fido. There's Kiko in front. Again, he has to dive. Dive to the field of play. So he's had a lot of running metres today, and he's got about 12 diving metres.
Well, this is the experience that we see. Excellent kick, playful kick from Matty Burton. Sits up beautifully and hammer. As Tavita Pangai now charges forward.
So they're working hard again on a set to get out of trouble across to Farnworth. We'll go to Jake in a moment. The news is the Dolphins have managed to get to the last tackle. They almost blew an infringement there. Katoa's kick. And it will be Adokar to bring it back for Canterbury. No, he'll throw it straight off for Tracy. All right, down to you, Jake. What did you find out at halftime?
The message from both coaches pretty simple at half-time. Dogs coach Cameron Serraldo really happy with the first 40. His main focus was around limiting the Dolphins' offloads. They had 6 in that first half. Wants better control with that, stopping that second phase play. Dolphins coach Wayne Bennett, very simple. Limit the errors, don't give the Dogs opportunity and put themselves under pressure like they did to start the first half.
Now Adokar with it. We'll ask Corey about his time with Wayne Bennett, because we captured a interesting moment at half-time where the room were all laughing.
Yeah, it was great vision, wasn't it? We saw in the sheds at half-time, Wayne Bennett just finishing off his half-time speech with one of his finest jokes and got the team up and about, smiles on their face.
So no examples of what the one-liner would be as the ball down here for Tabuai Fido. I'm assuming that doesn't happen very often.
No. Again, you know, Wayne is a very different person. Oh, some strong contact over the top to what we see on camera, Vossi, to what happens in the sheds.
Now along to Bostock, who grounded out through it. It is a Bulldogs home game, and he's doing his best to get the Bulldogs up. Farnworth with the ball.
Great offload again.
He's done a few today. Kept alive for Plath. This is working pretty well. O'Sullivan had a dummy half for them at the moment. Plath, the running forward. Getting them up on the front foot. Back away for Katoa. Bomb from halfway. Tracy with the ball for Canterbury. Not great on a link up there with Karaz. That's pretty solid over the top from Hubner. Karaz offload off the deck. That's his second for the day. Across to Sherry. Nice move. Nicarima equally good to tackle Burton. And, oh, that's good play for Sexton. Canterbury directs. Fast. Burton. 2 plays. They go 40 metres. That's the 4th tackle. Sexton with it. Jig touched by the Dolphins. Knock on by the Dolphins.
A fair bit of fatigue starting to set in. The ball's been in play a long period of time to start this second half, and just challenging back on the inside. Sexton and Hubner coming up with the error.
Let's go.
As the great man looks on.
Oh, Terry Lamb. Well,
Josh Reynolds, Terry Lamb.
He's a rock star wherever he goes. Terry, he's having a quiet one. Good on you, Terry. Lovely stuff. Bar Lamb. Joshy Reynolds.
Hold in there, hold in. Hold in.
I think they're having a good afternoon. Just an observation. Across to Crichton for Canterbury. They're 20 metres away from the Dolphins line. A little tangle. Okay, what happened there?
Right on the mark.
No, wants him to
Trying
play
to
it
take
again.
him out as well. Go one.
Maybe saw the funny side in it. Back for Hayes. He's a goer, Harry Hayes. 5th game today. And Sorrello not afraid to give him plenty of time out there. Tracy a step. 16 to 10. They led by 12 at one stage. Ball with Hayward, Sexton, now Burton, Sherry, Adokar! Adokar! Flag went up! Adokar juggled. We've got a penalty anyway.
10 metres.
Adokar, the sideline official, thought put
Same happened in the first half.
a foot on the line.
Just like the same happened in
Well, it would have been nothing short of a miracle if Adokar was able to get this down in the left-hand corner. Been given a penalty 10 for 10 inside the 10. Have a look at this. Does he get there? Oh, it looks like he runs out for sure.
Well, that's where the flag went up.
Well, he's pretty confident at the end of it, wasn't he? Adokar.
Bang.
There.
Ah, beautiful.
He's a fibber.
Beautiful work by Michael Wise. Up went the flag. He saw it. But the penalty in the meantime for inside the 10. And at 16-10, little committee meeting. Have they already informed the ref what they're doing or not? They have. And it is go for goal through Matt Burton.
Yeah.
It's a good decision. 10 minutes into the second half. Opportunity to go up by 8. As Pango Jr. comes for a rest. Was in the thick of it as soon as he went onto the field against his former club.
I must say I'm a fan of any ground that has the white picket fence. And that goes all the way back to my childhood in North Sydney Oval. Picket fence. I do like it.
It's a multi-field picket fence. Normally there's a cricket pitch in the middle.
Yeah, that's true. So Canterbury for an 8-point lead. They've got it with 30 to go. But the signs are there that this game will have a good finish. I don't think the Dolphins are going away, and as you said, Corey, they can score a long-range try as well.
It's not when the ball's on.
And given what's at stake today, they can't leave anything out there.
It's literally the same as what Matt did in the first half. You guys got the penalty.
Lees has had a bit of a running battle with Adam G all day. Not too happy.
He cut him off in the lunch. Got in front in the canteen line. They got off to a bad start early.
So, Sarko gets us into the next passage. He's probably a little timid after the earlier one. Went out on the full. Moran to bring it back. I don't think anyone's ever told Curtis Moran his weight, because he thinks he's 120k. They must cheat the scales. It's like the old butcher keeping their hand on it, weighing the meat there. He is as game as they come, Curtis Moran. Barney on to Hayes. Run back over the 20-metre line. Now for Hayward. A long way from home with 29 to go, 18 points to 10. Tracy. Canterbury for the moment have slotted into a very direct attack. Burton's kick from his own 40. Well, that's a monster strike for 60. And Asako goes long again. He floats it out there in front of Tabuai Fido. Now for Bostock. Maybe Asako was crying out to get us started in the 6 or 7. There he is in a running role. Leading point scorer in the NRL. Sullivan now for Farnworth. 10th carry of the day. We've got 4 offloads for Herbie Farnworth today.
He leads that way comfortably for the Dolphins this year, Herbie Farnworth. Coming into this contest, he had 32 offloads.
Nice tackle for Katoa. They're beautiful kickers we're watching today, Katoa and Burton. Adokar plays it, and it will go dead.
It's a slow in goal, only just rolled dead.
7 tackles goes the way of the Bulldogs, and they're all back on side now. Raz will take the first run. First race for the top 4. You've already had Melbourne winning, Roosters winning last night, Cronulla to play the Knights tomorrow. Bulldogs keeping up the chase. Haven't played finals football since 2016. Hayward on the run there. Now Marnie, Sexton. Have they dialed into this down the middle here, Canterbury? Preston. So another very effective set from the Bulldogs. They've marched up inside the 30. Burton with a bomb. Crichton's there, Carraz is there, Bostock is there, most importantly. And the Dolphins have the ball.
Yeah, once again, so often what we've seen, just asking the Dolphins to come out of their own end, particularly a corner, is now they try and get physical on Hamiso, making it really difficult for the Dolphins.
The discipline of Canterbury is something to be admired here. Left court and got away from Kikau, offloaded, Tabuai Fido. Both teams' completion rates high, 80% today. Ball with Avarillo now. 18-10. O'Sullivan for Kenny Bromwich. Offload, can the offloads break it open? Ooh, Ray Stone went flat. And then Lemuelu. I think the commentary comes with the play. It wasn't me or Corey. It wasn't a great pass. And I think we guarded that from the instant reaction.
As poor as the execution was there, Ray Stone, they looked forward to Lemuelu, and that was definitely forward and over the sideline. As poor as the execution was, it's the right way to play against the Bulldogs. They found some success off the back of some offloads. When they are able to offload the ball, then create some space, but just need to execute a little bit better.
Well, sometimes it's an opposition player who calls for the ball.
The old Phantom.
Well, the only suspect there could be the touch judge, Liam Kennedy, because there was no Bulldog outside. There was no Dolphin there. That was a horrible moment for Conley Lemuelu. Not only was it forward, it was to no one and over the sideline. Try and find a positive out of that. Corey did. Kick out with the ball. 20 away from the Dolphins line. Marty caught it, marker. Plath swamps him.
He's a player, Max Plath.
Yeah. Now Curran, even down for over 60 tackles last week, Max Plath.
He's already at 30 this week.
Marty. That was forward. Kick out, called forward.
Check the back teeth here of Matty Burton this time. Felice Kafusi gets it absolutely perfect. Was put on, placed a penalty on him in the first half for a hit on Curran. Have a look at this. Absolutely missile-like. Burton deep into the line and whacked right into the rib cage. No penalty this time. Didn't second guess himself. Kafusi has creased him.
Listen to the sniggers of the ex-players. Corey enjoyed
He's
that.
even got a smile on his face, Matty Burton.
Now please don't say they're looking at this.
They can't.
Right,
No,
they
absolutely
can't.
cannot be.
No.
Play the balls here, guys. Play the balls there.
Shouldn't have been a penalty in the first half for Curran. Comes up with a big play. It's such a momentum shift. I mean, they had all the run of the ball. The pass went over the sideline. The experience of Kafusi flies up out of the defensive line, makes the play on Burton, gets the ball back for his team.
He's got 19 tackles today for Luis Kafusi. Probably 6 of them have been in the bell ringer class.
Yeah.
Like clean shots. Technically great. Now Plath on the run. O'Sullivan, Kenny Bromwich.
Hamiso just sniffing around the middle at the moment.
Plath goes for a second charge in the set. Played it pretty quick this set, the Dolphins, for Katoa. Can they have an attacking bomb? Because they do have leapers. Carraz gets there first. Got away from Farnworth. 24 to go. I know it's 8 the difference, but it feels tense. No Canterbury fan is feeling we're anywhere near home yet. Adokar on the run. Now Sherry with it.
great run there. Sherry coming out of his own end, rolling the sleeves up. Play 3 kick now from Marnie. He's hit it a bit high.
And back goes Tabuai. Doesn't he make that look easy? Tabuai Fido on a catch, running back, gliding across the grass. Still a good result, Canterbury. Dolphins on their 20. And not too many Dolphins on side either. Now for Bostock.
If they're able to find a pass coming out of their own end, the Dolphins, they may find a little success out on the edge. Stephen Crichton very tight.
There you go, offloading day for the Dolphins at double figures today. Sullivan, Teddy Bromwich. Last tackle, Dolphins. O'Sullivan, Katoa, running it. Nikarima, Tabuai Fido, out to Bostock. Little chip, over the top. Lovely turn, the wrong one. Oh, Tracy with it. Is the hammer okay?
Well, he just went down. He just buckled the knee. He's back into position now, the hammer.
Yes, he's recruited to fullback. You always fear those open field moments. Okay, Curran with a ball for Canterbury. Last week, Canterbury kept their opponents scoreless in the second half. The Dragons, despite the big home support for St George Illawarra, Canterbury repelled everything thrown at them.
They just went a little different that last set of 6. It's Max Plath now trying to shift momentum.
Took that good technique. Now Burton, spiral bomb from inside his 40. It's put down by Osako. The first one today where Burton puts that little special fizz on it. Bit of spiral. And Osako put it down.
Yeah, he won't be happy with himself there, Jermaine Osako. Got into position nice and early. Didn't quite hit it as clean as he'd like, Matty Burton, but nevertheless, still gets the result.
Before the clock.
And after the two teams were trading blows back and forth, ball in play, they were in the cycle. Now the Bulldogs advantage.
Very good set, Canterbury. What do they set up from this scrum? Moving everyone round the open side. Dolphins back row have a little look up from the scrum. Sherry stays on the left with that O'Carr on his outside. Bulldogs play 1, 15 from the line. This is a big set in the game. Salmon on the run here. Caught by O'Sullivan. Now for Marnie, up for Sexton. There is Tracy. What sort of pass is that? That's a toaster ball. He just flipped it up high. And then an offload. Back to Crichton. On the spin. Offload Canterbury. Curran with the ball for Burton. Interesting passage. Oh, ball. Finished off. All's fair in love and war. Ray Stone.
Well, it should be.
Leave it alone. We've got to play the ball.
Well, the referee's fine with a tackle.
We understand. If it was the other way round, Vossi, it's a penalty.
Now 10 from the line. Tracy with the ball. Caught over the top by Stone. Low man was Lemuelu. Marnie, Sexton, Hayward. There is Kafusi again. Mauling stuff from the Dolphins. Marnie to Sexton, little kick and chase. He's been tripped on the way through. When I say tripped, not with a foot. He was off and running and then lost his legs. Play on the Culver.
Big set of 6 there from the Dolphins. Great work from Hammer. The positioning and where he was at fullback is now Sarko coming out of his own end. Great run to Sarko, finds his front. You see in the replay box. Under all sorts of pressure is now Avarillo breaking tackles.
You'd have almost found one for Canterbury there. Fusi, kick out, went looking for him. Oh, Viliami at a rate of knots. Katoa, charge down, Curran, Josh Curran. 2 minutes short of the line. The trainers had to scurry away. Salmon, pass and hope, kick out. Off his bootlaces there.
They'll do big to hang on here, the Dolphins.
Marty with the ball. Salmon, they can settle it down here for a couple, Canterbury. Remember from the first half, worked it around the middle. Then one big shift and the try was scored. There's Tracy, back to Crichton. Not the Bulldogs' best set so far. Curran, well, he's knackered. And he's got the ball and will take the tackle.
The field light's on.
4 tackles down. Marty, Sexton up to the line. Kick out. Great defence, Nicarima. Low on the big fella. Now Marty back to Sexton. Last tackle play. Kick is there. Ball is loose. Bostock lost it a couple of times. Curran flashed through and suffered an injury in the process.
Well, you've got to love everything about that man on screen, Josh Curran. The kick goes up. Does Crichton get a hand to that before it goes off Bostock?
I think Bostock juggled it 3 times and Farnworth takes it dead.
Does it touch Crichton's hand there?
1,
I'll have a look.
2, 3, lost. And then Farnworth is the player who
What about that?
knocks it dead.
From Curran. Just his want and desire to get his team across the line.
He's got a sore shoulder, but he'll battle on. They've gone long all day, the Dolphins. They do again. Preconceived idea will go long from line dropouts. 7.
The third set of 6, Fossey. 14 tackles inside.
Marty now. Curran, there he goes again. Josh Curran, 12th run of the day. 16 tackles as well. Marty to Sexton. And Tracy, Crichton has them guessing. Flick on to Carraz. He made it short of a hat-trick. Crichton now, it's a slow play the ball. Preston. Dolphins defence, they are working incredibly hard here. Trying to stay in the contest at 8 points down. Marty to Haywood. There's Sexton using the width.
Great.
Sherry, another great tackle. He got through it out of Averillo. Oh, and then kick out. Got in the way. Plath finished him off. Last tackle, Sexton bomb. It'll come down for Crichton. Back, play on.
That's off the head.
Knocked on by Bostock.
No. First is Dogs.
Bostock
into
is saying
Dolphins.
no. I did not knock
First
off.
Dogs into
And
Dolphins.
They've got Canterbury
Change
anyway.
over. Change over.
Well, that's an excellent set of 6 again. Write that moment down. That's their third. That's
So
play
you're
on.
saying play on
Well,
Bostock?
is it not?
Wait.
Oh, this is a
Jesse.
call. Corey called it. It's straight off the melon.
He knocks it on here.
Bostock,
So it's to no
and then
avail.
knocks on.
But at that point in time, it was still play
It's
on.
away. Oh, Kerry had time to pick. Oh no, it's heat of the battle, but you go back and watch that back. That could have been a moment for Bostock.
It was a moment for the Dolphins and their season. 3 sets of 6 in a row. They've been able to repel the Bulldogs. That's a great run from the captain, Jesse Bromwich. Tavita Pangai back into the action. Great time to bring him.
Make the difference, but really it feels closer than that. The Dolphins are having a crack. Oh, that's not a good ball, Nicarima. That's a horrid pass. Jake Averillo, who may contest, he didn't knock it on.
Well, it looked like it might have come off his knee before he picked it up.
Yep. So there you go.
Okay,
They
Ash.
will challenge it, as ugly as it looks.
Coming in to tackle 5.
He may have a case.
Dolphins disputing the decision to knock on.
14 minutes remaining. Challenge up the sleeve.
Jake
It didn't
Averillo.
look like it come off his leg. And he'd caught it again. Let's play on there for mine. Does
It's
he
on the
get
big
it
screen.
before? No.
Oh, no, I think the last one gets him.
He had it all right
Oh, Corey. Jakey boy.
till the end.
There you go. Oh, no.
Yeah. Just need to see whether the ball comes off the hands of Jake Averillo.
Give you some help,
Fix his
Ash. We
fingers
believe it
there,
has.
and
Yes.
the ball then touches the ground when Jake Averillo catches up with it. The challenge is unsuccessful. It's a knock on.
He's saying you can't use the ground to try and. I'm just telling you what he said. He can't use the ground. Unsuccessful, guys.
He's trying
Yeah,
to
he can't use the
his
ground.
hands underneath the ball. Jesse's down. That's cap, Jesse. His hand is not under the ball.
Oh, I can't tell him.
Mate, it's not there, Jesse. What are you talking about?
Let's go, scrum, guys.
It was worth the challenge, however.
Oh, absolutely.
Yep.
Challenge. It was going to be very close.
We've seen some ordinary ones.
And we introduced that for the Delians this year. Worst challenge. Greg Marju rings a bell. It was a good one there at Newcastle.
There was one yesterday that wasn't so good.
Guys, honestly, that's horrible. Can you get in tight, please? Jesse, don't push him down. Come on, tight. Back rowers.
No
Too many
pushing down.
spaces. Come on, let's go.
There you go.
Break!
There you go. Perfect scrum. Now Crichton with the ball for Canterbury. 18-10, 14 and a half to go.
Tackle, Steve! Wait.
So the only points of the second half are the penalty goal for Burton. David with it, across to man. Kafusi shortening up another one with Stone. That's not a bad double, those two defenders. This time Salmon to Burton, lovely step. Burton sets it up for Sherry. Matt Burton running 5'8". Step, pass, brilliant play, the Bulldogs number 6.
He's controlled things beautifully this afternoon, Matt Burton. This time just takes on a little bit of fatigue in the defensive line of the Dolphins. Viliami kick out when he's out. Shows to Bronson Sherry. Goes across some fatiguing players in also Pangai Jr. Sums it up beautifully. You can see him in the background. The emotion straight through Cody Nicarima. Pangai not quick enough on the Harvey Norman replay. And Bronson Sherry, who's put together a very handy game himself.
You're the expert here, and when Canterbury's attack was struggling, people are telling you, oh, Burton's not a 6, Burton's not a 6. Now that everything else works, Burton's a great 6. He's a running 6. He's big, bust tackles, he's got speed. He looks ideal for the 6.
Well, you're spot on. I mean, the fact that he said now everything else works. I mean, he's got a 7 that is pulling the strings. He's got back rollers and centres that are hitting holes and are dead set tackle breakers. When you've got someone like Sherry and also kick out on your left-hand side, so much doubt in the defensive line gives this man the ability to show and go and pick his time. And let's not forget, only a number of seasons ago with Dally M's centre of the year, so he can certainly run the ball.
And another 2 to Burton. It's a very handy lead with 12 and a half to go. Jake on the sideline.
Matt Burton in game 99 of his career, set for 100 next week against the Warriors. Comes up with a big play there. His 9th try assist of the season, and his running game has been solid, averaging over 75 metres per game this season. It was a field goal from Matt Burton before half-time in this corresponding game last year that proved the difference in the Bulldogs' win. Has he just come up with the play that gets them home here, finds Bronson Cherry, who scores his 6th try in the past 6 games.
Yeah, he's on run 2. Point well made now. The live ladder. I told you how important this was, the jigsaw puzzle piece. Dragons fans, how you feeling? Okay, sitting back with a bye. The Knights are a chance. Raiders, Ricky's Raiders, a chance. The Titans just below that. A chance if they win tomorrow. Canterbury arms up. No penalty there. 12 to go. Dolphins not gone, but Canterbury's defence is the big hurdle for them. Second straight week, Canterbury running, not conceding a second half point. Now Salmon. They do a lot right in games these days, the Bulldogs.
Well, it's just their patience that we've seen. It's now kick out.
Thunders downfield. Burton's there again. This is a good side. This is top 4 stuff from Canterbury. They get a stiff. They show they're ruthless. They've improved in every area of the game.
And the Bulldogs go back-to-back with their tries in quick succession. Have strangled the life out of the Dolphins. Plenty of fatigue starting to set into this contest. 11 minutes remaining, and it's down their favoured left-hand side once again. Kick out, goes bang on the left foot, goes through to Vita Pangai Jr. Burton in support, as do Tracy. I mentioned the word patience earlier. The kicking game, we've seen the Dolphins all second half having to bring the ball off their own line, having to use so much energy. The territorial battle that has been well and truly in the way of the blue and white, and now starting to pay dividends in the back end. 10 minutes remaining. Kick to come, 28 points to 10.
See, they got their defence in order,
Yeah.
and previous to today, there's been 6 games where they've kept their opponent scoreless in the second half. But their attack is getting better, more confident by the week. That's what's making them now a legitimate contender. If they can go back and revisit some of the big games they played earlier this season, as recent as 6 and 7 weeks ago, I'd back them to go a lot better. They're a better side now than they were a month ago, Corey. The trajectory they are on.
It's the way that they're able to dismantle teams, Vossi. I just mentioned, I mean, they're happy to be patient. They're happy to stay in the grind. You hear that word thrown up so often. All second half, they've asked the Dolphins to come out of those 10 by 10 corners off their own line. They've made it really difficult. A couple of errors gone in the way of the Dolphins, and off the back of that, they've had some field position, and now it's a 20-point gap.
30 points on the board for the Bulldogs, and another brilliant try. What a day they're having in Bundaberg. And what a time, what a job we have here on Fox League getting to call it. And it is Rugby League 7 days a week, Monday night following NRL 360. We have the Fox Sports original production. The Las Vegas Doco are behind the scenes looking to our massive start to the year under the bright lights of Vegas. That's all coming away on Monday as the Dolphins get the ball back from the kickoff. That happened all very quickly. The game went from in the balance to a 20-point margin. Sullivan for Jesse Bromwich. So all of a sudden, the Dolphins, and this is how tight it is, the destiny could be out of their hands going into the last 3 weeks as Nicarima puts it down, and we've already highlighted how hard their draw is for the next 3 weeks. They needed to win today.
Just pulling out all the trick shots now. The Dolphins trying to get some points.
Game on tomorrow. Like as Canterbury improved, the Dragons again tomorrow. Chance on Fox League when they play the Titans in the 2 o'clock game to go back into the 8 with 3 weeks to go. The St George Illawarra Dragons can be in the 8. 3 weeks.
Big contest.
Massive game. Kieran Foran's 300th here on Fox League. Bulldogs with Hayward. Find me someone who had the Bulldogs and the Dragons in their 8 at the start of the year. Anyone. There you are.
That's better.
There you are. Good luck. Matt Burton. Oh, yes. Osako, he deserves a big fluffy toy for catching that.
Only a medium-sized fluffy toy.
Tough marker. WI Fido with it. 10 out from their own line. So it is now 11 straight games that the Dolphins sadly have conceded 20 points or more. Bostock with it.
Just continually turning the Dolphins around all game.
Junior now with the ball. So now it's just, it's almost like sudden death from here on in for the Dolphins. Back to Katoa, kicks from inside the 40. And it's over the head of Adoka. He's able to cover up for Tracy. But when we say it's sudden death, sadly the Dolphins' next opponent is Melbourne in Melbourne. So you talk about your mountains to climb, they have them on Super Saturday. And next week, the 5:30 game from Amy Park. Biden on the run. By the way, just some personal stats. Carraz on that last run, and here he goes again. This is his 24th run for the day. He's up over 220 metres. Couple of tries, 3 offloads. Man on that charge. There's a contributor. There's plenty of them to the win. It's the sum of many parts. The bench have done their job. Hayward's kick there. Tabuai Fido with it. And now Boston. 6.5 to go. We'll ask you, Corey, there's been other sides have good defensive records. What you see here, will that stand up to semi-final pressure?
Absolutely.
What they're doing?
Yeah, absolutely it will. And it's been a great display of an all-round game from the Bulldogs. Defensively, have made a shutout on the Dolphins in the second half. They've turned up for each other. It's round 23 of the competition. You just can't fabricate it. You can't make it up at this point in time. Second best defensive team in the comp. Now their attack's starting to flow off the back of how they're wearing teams down, putting fatigue into their opponents.
Really, there's only the kick at the end of it now for the Dolphins. And Katoa's kick, it's neither here nor there. It's down the throat of Carraz and Tracy. The Bulldogs are bringing everything back with interest. They're not content to put the cue on the rack. 30 means more. And they're in that area now. Their for and against is inferior to the Sharks. They would know that. So to make the top 4, winning games by a space can only help. They'll draw another couple of late here. Curran with it. Now Marnie, Kurtman, Salmon looming. Nice tackle again, Kafusi. He's had 23 of them today. Marnie to Sexton. Last tackle. Here comes Carraz. In front of Bostock. That's a lovely catch. Well done, Jack. Dolphins back with the ball. Final 5 minutes now. A bit of time after this one back in the studio with Yvonne, Mel and Cooper. Before we head up to Townsville for the Cowboys and the Raiders. There's Hudson Young, key players in this big one. Another game, you know. I don't know, do you tell Canberra that the Dolphins lost? They just got to win anyway. But obviously the stakes become a little more real with a loss of the Dolphins here. Katoa to Tabuai Fido.
It'll be fascinating to see both those teams coming off a loss last week. Their response. Cowboys back at home.
Another kick that is not really of the attacking kind, and Tracy ends up with it. Dummy to Adokar. What about the job he does, Connor Tracy? He must fill teammates with confidence. He's become a very safe fullback. Another 18 runs today for 160 metres. Josh Curran, the warrior, today. For Jake to check on the shoulder problem. Marley for Sam Hughes. Yeah, so it is an issue, the shoulder. He's battled on with it. You might find out more post-game on Josh Curran. Tracy to Crichton, pass without looking. They got one wrong there.
Play the ball, Dolphins. Jesse.
You see Josh Curran just making his way to the bench. He's got some
Where do you want it?
pain with that right shoulder. Pointing up towards
Where you are, Jesse.
the collarbone region. He battled on through
Jesse, wait.
about half. He was a fantastic contributor.
Where you go?
Come up with the play, the charge down that invariably led to a try.
Hold!
Soldier on.
Straight away, Reed. Hold.
Just to state a point, 5 of the starting 13 for Canterbury today were off-season recruits. They've all played a big role in what has happened here.
Hold.
Dolphins with the ball outside the 30. Can the Bulldogs keep the Dolphins scoreless in the second half? Cross to Avarillo. Sarko with the ball.
Get up, George.
Cut off by Burton.
Sam. Go for it.
3 tackles down. Nikarima. Katoa. There for Jesse Bromwich.
Reed, let go. Right side.
From the line. O'Sullivan. And a kick. Don't think anyone's within QE of it. No, they've run out of everything. They've got no option there.
Run out of energy, options, everything. And time was about to run out. 2 minutes he had. Viliami kick out, got him with the dummy, and then
Oren, front foot,
a little bit more pace. Sean O'Sullivan, he may have been able to split through the gap.
Must be a good feel to be a Bulldogs fan at the moment. So the remaining matches for the Doggies, they've got the Warriors in New Zealand, sell out next week.
Go Phillies!
And then home games against Manly and the Cowboys. Kick out. The finals are real for Canterbury. There's the run home, 2 at home. Sexton to Crichton to run again, and Farnworth has hit.
Please!
Marnie, Jacob Preston,
Hold now, Herbie!
off by Stone. Marnie, he's had to be on his best behaviour since a little
Herbie now!
spat in the first half. Up here for Sexton.
Hold it, hold it!
5 tackles up, Canterbury.
All the way, all the way.
Marnie to the left for Burton. He'll go bomb again. Out to Asako's wing.
Space now!
Canterbury have everything over the Dolphins now. So 7 times this year, keeping an opponent scoreless in the second half. And now they're starting to rack up big scores every week. 30 on the board here today. 14-0 second half. Bostock with the ball for the Dolphins.
Move, Jacob!
So Tapuai Fido. Make sure if you missed it in the first half, you will replay it later for you, obviously. It'll be everywhere, social media. The Hammers chased down off the Fox in the first half. Toll with it. Offload back. O'Sullivan to no one on the bounce. Nikarima. The Dolphins going backwards and sideways. The ball is there. Sexton got a kick at it, then got tackled without the ball. Has to be penalty. The time is up. But Adam G is going to let that one go by, is he? I think he wants it checked. Well, see, it's not. Oh, well, he'll blow it up anyway. Well, there you go.
There you go. He called play on at the time. Wonderful victory to the Bulldogs.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, it would have been a penalty,
10
absolutely.
all.
Well,
Well, I'm just saying, I think they deserve the penalty. I think you want the points.
I don't disagree,
It's
Andrew.
important to the Bulldogs. Anyway, it's another convincing win to Canterbury in front of a very appreciative crowd in Bundaberg. A lot of highlights into the game, but Canterbury on the charge. 30 points to 10 over the Dolphins.